bring you into their world. It's not just chickens and the Angus herd. So take off your boots, relax, and go beyond the ranch.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Beyond the Ranch. I'm Mike.
Mackenzie. Grace.
This is Lincoln, and I'm Erin.
Thanks for coming and joining us this evening. Before we get too far into this, I know it's going to come up. We are not now sponsored by Vermeer.
Oh yeah, why'd you wear that?
Because John Deere's never sent me a shirt. So I was just like, you know what, I'm wearing a Vermeer shirt. I've never actually even ran a piece of Vermeer equipment in my life. But I was like, you know what, they sent me a shirt. So more power to them. Anyway, we have the whole crew here, and for a couple different reasons. Number one is that tonight we get a chance to share Kittler's recovery with you. Kittler's our cat that actually lost her leg, what, 3 weeks ago?
Oh, it's been longer.
Has it been longer than that? I honestly have no idea. I have no concept of time anymore.
It was not last week, so therefore it was a long time ago.
There you go. It was not last week, so it was a long time ago. Also, the kids.
So squirmy wormy.
He is squirmy. The kids actually, these two start school tomorrow, so we thought it'd be fun to have them on the show and give them a chance to talk about school and all that kind of good stuff and what they're looking forward to. Obviously, they haven't been in school since March. Yeah, they went on spring break and never went back to school, right?
Lincoln starts next week, so he's got one more week.
Exactly. So, do we want to knock that out so you guys can get out of my spot?
First Kittler.
First, you want to do Kittler?
Yes.
All right. So we're gonna get right into things here. We're less than 2 minutes in, and we're gonna I'm gonna show you a little video here about Kittler, who is our cat. Erin's gonna narrate it.
Oh, I am?
Yes,
I haven't
if
seen
you'd
the
like.
video.
Well, you haven't. That's not my fault. Or do you want to get up and get the cat? Because she's literally laying like 5 feet from me. You're going to go get her?
I'll go get her.
All right, so we're going to play the video that's all about Kittler and her little story. We'll talk you through it because.
Okay, you can narrate it.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Kenzie will try to grab her and give her her. She hasn't been in a video for at least a couple of years.
Yeah, she used to, she'd be in the shop and stuff.
Yeah, she would show up in a lot of shop videos.
Last winter, she lived in the house.
Right.
So she didn't.
For some reason. I don't know why.
Because Grace loves cats.
All right, Kenzie, are you going to get the cat?
Yes,
All right, you go that way.
Gentle.
Yeah, be very gentle with her.
Don't scare her.
She's a giant boo-boo.
She's not, it's not that her leg is an issue at this point. She's just a very timid cat.
She's very timid. All right, so you have a minute, okay, Kens? Ready?
Just get her.
Go. All right, so this is Kittler, and this is actually her at the vet when she actually broke her leg.
Oh, that was it.
And there's Erin at the vet with her, and this was pretty much right afterwards, right?
Yeah, that's where I brought her home.
Yeah.
That's not home.
She fell, broke her leg somehow, we don't know how, and had multiple breaks in her leg. So they actually took the leg off, and she wears a onesie. At least in the beginning. Why did they wear a onesie?
Well, because she could get in the stitches, so it was easier than wearing a cone. So you have to use a onesie instead of a cone.
There you can see the actual
That's
scar.
when we took the bandage off. And that's probably one of the, right after we, that you just took today.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
today.
that was today. So she's getting her hair back. Yeah, you can see.
Yeah, she gets up, she moves around, her and Mackenzie were buddies today, so. Oh well.
We'll narrate afterwards.
We'll talk afterwards. All right, so that's auto gain. Sorry about that, guys. That was set on auto gain, so the audio from the video was too loud. But so this is Kittler. Kittler fell, broke her leg. They ended up taking off her leg, and this is what we're left with is 3/4 of a cat. So. But so she is very she's happy and healthy now. She gets around with her 3 legs. She's healed up. She's
Yeah, so she wore a onesie so that she wouldn't tear her stitches or lick her stitches. And we did it when baby kitty got spayed. And it's just an easier thing to do than wear a cone, because you know how traumatizing that can be for animals. And so yeah, we still had some onesies laying around from Lincoln, and they came in handy. And so it's a good thing I don't ever throw anything away. And yeah, so she's you can not really see the scar anymore. The hair's grown back enough. Like, that's kind of nice because it was a bit alarming. Like, after we took the bandage off.
Right.
The other day she was eating a can of wet food, and like she still has a tiny bit of like her femur is there, and she was like, you could tell if she'd had a leg, she would have been like kicking her leg.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was
Well, that's weird.
kind of vibrating.
That is weird. Gilbert actually had a three-legged cat, and that cat was named Fuzzy.
Fuzzy was just missing like the very,
yeah, like the
just above
elbow
like
down
the
or
wrist.
something like that. Yeah.
Not even up to the elbow, like had like a peg leg.
Oh, wow. Either way, Fuzzy got tangled up into a fence and actually ended up losing his leg. Or her leg. Was it him or her?
It was a girl.
I think it was a girl. She's went outside a couple times.
You had to go get her from the barn.
Yeah, she went across the highway, went in the barn across the road, and I had to go rescue. And she did not want to come with me at all. She was happy to be in the barn. We're pretty sure that's where she fell and broke her leg in the first place. So went and rescued her against her will, brought her back over. Since then, has she gone outside at all?
I won't let her.
You won't let her go outside?
She goes in the garage sometimes.
Right.
You need a haircut, boy. Yeah, and the first time she went out, I just was outside with her, and she just kind of walked around the backyard a little bit, and she was fine, and she stayed close. But yeah, now like she's ventured across the highway and stuff, so like no, she can't go outside.
Yeah, she has no, what is that called?
No will to go outside.
No, what is it called when you have like no common sense?
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. She's just gonna take off and try to go and do whatever. Now she wants to sit up here, so yeah.
Yeah, she's got Grace. Grace is her favorite.
Yeah, Grace is her favorite.
Drools on me.
She drools on everyone.
She does. She drools. She's a drooling cat. So.
So Kinsey.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about what you're excited about school tomorrow?
Yeah. So the kids start school tomorrow. First of all, Grace, Mackenzie, you're going into what class? Fourth grade. Grace, what class are you going into? Second grade. Do you guys know your teachers' names?
Mine's Mrs. Davis.
Uh-huh.
Wiley.
Mrs. Wiley. And are you excited to go back to school?
Yes.
Why?
So I can see my friends again.
So you can see your friends. You saw your friends
You're
a little bit
melting.
over the summer,
You're
didn't
melting.
you?
Phoebe's birthday.
For one, yeah, you went to a birthday party. That's right. That's right.
Grace had her best friend Anna over for her birthday party. Grace, what are you looking forward to? Seeing your friends.
Probably can't even hear Grace.
She's excited to see her friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Lincoln,
guys.
what are you excited for? You know what I'm excited for? For you to get out of the house. All right. Can you guys go up to Grammy's? Okay.
All right, you guys head up to Grammy's. We're going to hang out here. We're going to have some fun with our friends. We're going to talk about Ranch Roundup that's coming up. Are you excited for Ranch Roundup?
Yes.
Very
I'm
excited.
doing the lemonade stand.
You're doing the lemonade stand again.
When are
Super
you making
cool.
your lemonade?
You got to squeeze all those lemons, man.
Yes, Grammy's making cookies.
Right.
Are you okay? She swatted at you a little bit.
Yeah, she was cleaning herself. And I tried to pick her up.
Okay.
Okay.
It's barely a wound.
Yeah, she can hang out up here with us, okay?
Okay.
She'll probably go out with you guys though, because I
Okay,
don't think
Dad,
she
can
likes
you
it up
pick
here
her
very
up?
much.
Sitting
All right.
She's so hairy.
Oh gosh. And for anybody who's wondering if this is special effects, it is not. We really do have a three-legged cat, oddly enough.
Okay, guys, go up to Grammy's. Bye. Thank you.
What?
You can take that.
You can take it. Watch out for cords. Watch out for cords. Ooh,
Close the
that was a
door.
close one.
She almost knocked over the
That
TV.
was a close one. Yeah, she almost took out a whole bunch of cords.
Do you want to scroll up? There was a $10.
I did. I saw a $10 super chat from WPR Jersey. Thank you, Will. Appreciate it. And a super chat from JB Weld, who's been missing here lately. I think
Yeah, where you been?
I think Mr. JB might have a girlfriend. He's been gone.
Or do you have the COVID?
Maybe. When life hands you COVID, make lemonade.
Mike's new favorite is due to COVID.
Due to COVID, I'm gonna make a T-shirt. The due to COVID ... It's the ultimate
Insert
excuse for
anything.
everything. Like we were looking for something at the grocery store, and it was like, oh, due to COVID, that's not in stock.
Gatorade.
It's what everybody says.
Gatorade.
Due to
Can't
COVID.
get small Gatorades, can only get giant Gatorade.
Right.
Due
Yeah.
to COVID. Why'd you guys all drink the Gatorade?
Because apparently Gatorade fights off.
It is
COVID.
98 degrees here.
Okay, that's
We
random.
need Gatorade.
Oh, I see where you're going with that. I was like, what are you talking about?
I don't like the big ones.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Did you bring me a glass?
I did. It's right there, that big purple thing. I said, you said you wanted ice. And I said, what do you want? What do you want? And you said anything.
Well, I thought you'd bring me like a normal glass.
Well, you drink out of those all the time.
I drink water out of it.
You're not allowed to put well, that's water that you're putting in it.
I don't usually put sparkling water in, but thanks. I appreciate it. This is great.
I got you ice. That's all I know. That's all I know. Kittler, you need anything since we're hitting the bar?
She's just gonna.
No? Okay. All right. Okay, so we got the kids out of the way. They definitely wanted to tell you all about school and all that kind of good stuff. Are you excited that kids go back to school? I know you're kind of dreading it, aren't you?
I have like mixed feelings about it. Like they need to be back in school. But I'd be crazy to think that like, you know, of course we have concerns and like, it's not so much that we're worried about them catching COVID. They're healthy. None of us are immune compromised. I'm fine with like some herd immunity happening in this house. You know, hopefully it'll wait a few weeks so we can get through Ranch Roundup, of course. Oh God, wouldn't that suck if one of us came down with COVID?
Before Ranch Roundup? Don't even say those type of things. We still have tickets. We still have tickets to sell.
I said it out loud. Now it's gonna happen.
Horrible person.
That thought just popped in my head.
Why are you licking me?
Because that's what she does. I'm more so concerned just about like, not so much Mackenzie, because she'll be fine because our friends will be there and she'll be Mrs. Social Butterfly and she's just adapts more easily. I'm concerned about Grace. Like we haven't been to her classroom, we haven't met her teacher.
Yeah, they didn't get to go meet their teacher. They didn't get to do any open houses, anything like that.
Yeah, so that part I'm concerned about. Her best friend is in her class, so I think that'll be fine. You know, I think kids in masks are going to be. It's going to be interesting for teachers to have to deal with that. It's going to be a disaster. They don't, as of right now, like they don't have to wear a mask on the bus because there's going to be, the bus driver said if there's no new kids, then there's enough room on the bus that they can social distance if the girls sit together, which they will. Oh, I don't know. Like lunches in their classrooms, they do have recess, but they have to wear a mask at recess and then in the hallways.
Don't they have recess with their class or something too?
Like there'll be less kids on the playground. So I don't know what that means is like, it doesn't mean then there's less recess time because they have to like get through everybody. So I don't know. I mean, those are my concerns. What are your concerns?
That you will not be happy.
I'm not. It is what it is. Like, I don't like it, but it's fine.
I honestly, like, so the kids, we have a bus that picks the kids up. We usually pick them up from school. So since Lincoln's still in preschool, that kind of throws a wrench in the whole thing because there's multiple trips to town because we have to take Lincoln to preschool. There's no preschool bus. So, you know, we're running back and forth to town. I've kind of liked being able to be home and be able to go to work, you know, and just go out and go straight to work. Now we're, well, and honestly, you know, with Harvest Host and doing the tour and stuff like that, it's been a little different. But, you know, now it's there's always that hiccup in the morning. It's like, how do I do this? How do I start my day? And it's not, you know, I'm used to, you know, sometimes I roll out of bed, I get dressed and I'm out the door.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like this morning, I didn't even get a cup of coffee. I came back in later I went back, let me finish my sentence. I went back, I got a cup of coffee about an hour and a half later. But
no, you took it with you on the tour. I saw you with cup of coffee.
Okay, an hour later. Whatever time, I'm not keeping track of these things. You're just busting today.
Yeah, because you exaggerate.
Okay, fine. Anyway, long story short is when the kids go to school, there's a hiccup in the morning all the time. Well, whether it's getting kids out and on the bus, it's dealing with Lincoln and going to school. So there's always like some sort of speed bump in the very beginning of the day, and that takes a while to get used to, right?
Yeah. When the kids ride the bus, they'll get on the bus at 7:36, which is actually earlier than you're up most days. Mm-hmm. Because of your editing schedule, and so like you're gonna have to get up. Yeah. Because the kids will want to see you. So yeah, I mean it is what it is. Like, it will be an adjustment, and I don't know. We'll get used to it. Lincoln does 2 days of preschool. Those days will be long days. And so the girls, as of right now, are not riding the bus home, but I've not even received a phone call about what that bus schedule home looks like. So, I mean, in theory, they could ride the bus. I don't know what time they get home, and which is why they always we've picked them up because it takes an hour for them to get home.
Right.
So, I don't know. That bus driver hasn't called me. I had to call our morning bus driver to be like, what time are you picking them up? So tomorrow, we're going to take them in for the first day.
First day of school, yep. So I took a personal day kind of tomorrow. We have no harvest hosters tonight. I don't have to do a tour in the morning, and get up, hang out with the kids, and take them to school.
Yeah.
And maybe we can go out and get some breakfast or something.
I got stuff to do. Seriously, Ranch Roundup is in like 12 days.
I know, but it's okay. You got to eat.
Well, yeah.
You can swing through a drive-through somewhere.
We'll have Lincoln with us too. That's the other weird thing too now is like Lincoln, we have to entertain Lincoln all day, whereas his sisters entertain him.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
I think Lincoln being home by himself will be a big adjustment.
Yeah.
He's going to be super lonely.
Yeah,
like I was like, Lincoln, are you going to be our little sidekick? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, I have to pick vegetables tomorrow for veggie baskets. He's not going to want to do that.
Let's see. Making a video on taking. Tomorrow's video. No, tomorrow's video we are cleaning the barn. We're getting that ready for Ranch Roundup. We're gonna find some treasures and some interesting stuff that we forgot we had, and kind of take a look at some of that stuff. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And Jeff Lake here helping us on the ranch and cutting my time on that kind of stuff in half, hopefully.
I need a helper. The gardens are a mess.
You can have Jeff. I'll give you Jeff tomorrow.
I have to do veggie baskets tomorrow.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said you had work tomorrow. And we couldn't go have breakfast. Is
I
that
have
why?
to
Because you have to do veggie baskets?
before it's 1,000,000 degrees.
Okay.
I gotta pick chart. I can't do that when it's 98 degrees out. It'll just fall asleep.
Right.
And as soon as you get it in, it'll just be like blah.
No live stream tomorrow. It'll actually be a produced video, so we recorded today, and we will air that tomorrow morning at 7. So it'll be a recorded video with some cool music. We've got some new music sent in from subscribers and stuff like that I'm going to try to work in there also. So lots of time lapse, lots of cool music, some cool trinkets from around inside the shop that we managed to dig up. So anybody heard from Mitch? Actually, I haven't heard from Mitch for a while. I ran into his dad not too long ago though, and got the update. He did get married. I think he's in New Jersey?
I don't know.
I can't remember where he's at now, but doing well as far as I can tell. Erin's birthday was this week. That is correct. And how was your birthday?
It was good. I worked.
You worked all day long.
Yeah.
We did go to dinner.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. So you didn't work all day. You worked until like 6:30 or 7 before we got to go to dinner.
Yeah.
But we did manage to make it to dinner.
Yeah.
So,
no, we did.
Yeah, it was a good birthday.
What time did we get up though?
That day?
Yeah.
I have no idea. It was before yesterday. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was this week. We had Erin's birthday. We took steers over to Sturgis this week. Did I do that this week? Was that this week? My 2 flat tires on the way to Sturgis. Was that this week? That feels like it was last week.
Yeah. What day was that? That was Monday.
That was Monday. Yeah, I took 3 steers over to Sturgis, and I had 2 flat tires on my way over there, which I'm blaming on Matt because I was talking to Matt during both of them on the phone. I think I did the Monday morning live stream, and then we loaded steers in that.
Oh yeah, and the brakes on the trailer.
Yeah, the brakes on the trailer were messed up, so something cross-wired. We got all that stuff fixed. Took off.
You didn't fix it. You just disconnected the brakes.
Okay.
Right.
Either way, we blew 2 tires on the way over to Sturgis. So, yeah, you can finish telling the story. You're busting today, so I'm just letting you finish it.
No, I mean that's what happened. The wiring needs. There's something goofy in that system, and new plug, new truck, and yeah, we just I watched you put it every single spot, and the brakes would not disengage.
Yeah, they would. One of the issues was that was the first time I pulled that trailer with the new pickup, so the trailer, the wiring was probably different on the 1-ton, which is actually not uncommon. Gilbert did some weird wiring things with his trailers.
Every ranch kind of has their own way that they wire
I don't know why
their
either.
trailers.
It drives me crazy. I don't understand why it would be like that, but I think that there was something goofy going on. So yeah, I had 2 flat tires on my way over. A funny thing was, the first flat tire happened right at the exit, going into right at Sundance, Wyoming, and I pulled in, and actually I knew this has happened before. I had a flat around the same area, so I knew Gus, and I knew where his shop was, and I came rolling up, and Gus said, "You need a tire?" And I said, "I sure do." So Gus got me a tire, a 200 and how much was it?
That one was 160.
That was a $160 tire.
You tipped him 20.
I tipped him $20, so it was $180. Then I made it 15 miles farther down the road, blew another tire. I limped, so the tire I didn't really blow that tire. It actually, the tread came off the tire. So it was holding air still. So I limped it at 45 miles an hour down the interstate till I got to Sturgis.
We were already late to Sturgis.
Yeah, we were way late by that point. Got the steers unloaded. See, this is all the behind the scenes crap that I don't get to put in videos.
The other trailer is wired the same way as the steel trailer, so no matter what trailer
It may not have been. We don't know. I don't really have a clue. But it's full of newspaper boxes anyway.
Let's unload those. But
anyway,
it worked on the 110. Both of them did, so they're probably wired the same way.
They probably are. I don't know if Gilbert had retreads on that. He must have had retreads on that
That's
trailer,
what he thought,
and that's
right?
what I think. We haven't put tires on that trailer since Gilbert passed away. So, yeah, lost the tread off the one. It was still holding air, amazingly enough. Limped it into Sturgis, got rid of the steers, made it to the co-op, and bought a $180 tire in Sturgis, just 15 miles down the road, or 30 miles, or however far it is. I don't know how far it is between Sundance and Sturgis. But yeah, so that's what you get for talking to Matt on the phone. Funny part is, I called Matt on the way home, and the first time I called him, Matt dodged my call. He didn't answer, so I called him back, and I was like, "Hey, why didn't you answer?" He said, "Man, I'm bad luck. I can't. I should have really messed with him and been like, blew another tire." Matt would never talk to me again, probably. But yeah, and then I think I called Matt actually when I was going over later on in the week to Deadwood for the RCAF convention. I think I called Matt on the way over there, and he asked me, should you really be talking to me?
Probably not.
Probably not, but I wasn't pulling a trailer, so I was relatively okay.
Yeah, and the tires on the truck are good, so.
Yeah, another channel, Behind the Ranch. I don't have time to do any more editing than what I do already. I literally filmed most of the day today, came in, filmed more, edited more, put together the Kittler thing, got that ready. It's just been one thing after another. She's shedding. Oh, that's nice.
So much hair.
So much hair. No wonder you have a sippy cup.
That sends his sympathy.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, don't call Matt if you're driving.
What do you want, Kittler? She's a very independent cat.
A little bit.
Unless if you sit on the couch in the living room, she likes to.
If you sit on a certain couch.
Yeah, there's one couch. If somebody sits there, she'll come and get pets. All winter she lived in our bathroom pretty much, and food's in there, litter boxes in there. So when I would go in there, she would do the leg rub thing and stuff and want attention then. But for the most part, sometimes I go quite a while and don't, it's is Kittler still here? But if you start petting her, it's really hard to stop petting her. She's quite insistent until you get up, and she's got these crazy whiskers.
Eyebrows. See, I told you, what's with the Vermeer shirt? Told you
New
somebody
sponsor.
would say, new sponsor. No, not a new sponsor. New shirt. Free shirt.
Not even new. You've had it for quite a while. Free shirt.
I don't think I've ever worn in a video, though.
A little olive oil and the cat's food helps keep hair from shedding. Huh.
Interesting. You want
Interesting.
some olive oil?
You can't see her. She's got her head on.
She buried her head.
On Mike's leg. Pet me.
All right. So that was what was Wednesday's video about? Was that the RCAF video? No, that was Friday.
You
Friday's
went to
video.
RCAF on Thursday.
So what did I do on Wednesday? What was Wednesday's video about? Somebody remind me.
1 foot.
God, I don't remember what I did on Wednesday. What did I do on Wednesday?
I don't know.
Did I put out a video on Wednesday? I may not have. These days are just so much melting together. What sort of timeline can the ghost ticket holders online time? What sort of online time
Do
can
we
the guy?
promise online time?
Yeah, we're gonna do a little online special. What do you call it? Live stream.
Oh, when are you doing that?
I don't know yet. I got to find a volunteer that wants to do it. So I'm still working on that. I'm working on it. We did cut off the ghost tickets this week. I've got the banner in the making.
Did you send them a newsletter?
Not yet. I'm still working on these things. You're busting this. What is going to everything I do is did you do
I just
this?
haven't talked to you.
Right?
Oh, Wednesday was a good day on the ranch.
Oh yeah, that was Goliath. So we can talk about that. Yeah, Goliath was a rough thing, but yeah, I mean, obviously we were lucky to have him as long as we did. So.
Is it very hot? Yeah. These last few days have been just brutal, but it cools off. In typical Wyoming, I think a few days ago I was like, please don't snow for Ranch Roundup. Please don't snow for Ranch Roundup. So tomorrow's 98, Tuesday's 96, Wednesday's 91. And then next week it turns drastically colder, and next Monday our high is 65 degrees.
What's the weather supposed to be like for Ranch Roundup?
72 and partly cloudy. So
on Saturday?
On Saturday.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's perfect weather. But yeah, we do take a weird dip next week. So we're gonna have a 30-some degree temperature change from this coming Monday tomorrow to the next Monday.
Right.
My tomatoes are gonna hate that.
Are they gonna have problems with that?
Yeah. So the low's gonna be 42 degrees. Which, like, it won't freeze or anything. We're still 10 degrees from that frost point, but it's just we're talking like a 30 to 35 degree temperature change in the matter of just like a few days.
Right. And dry, of course.
Oh, it's so dry.
Yeah.
There's not even like a drop of rain in the forecast. Actually, I think this cold front that comes in next week might bring some rain, but no, it's dry. Upgrade to premium weather.
Why would you have to upgrade to premium
weather?
I hate that.
Ooh, we're supposed to maybe get 1/10 of an inch next week.
Oh, well, there we go. That'll change the entire game. Every time we get rain, somebody sends me an email. Now will you get hay?
No.
I was like, no, we're done. We already tried that. We had our go with that.
Yeah, and at this point in the pastures, not.
No, now any rain that we get now, it just knocks down dust.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what it does at this point. So
if you missed the Goliath video, go back last week and watch Wednesday's video called "A Good Day on the Ranch." That's probably the best way to introduce you to that topic.
Yeah, Goliath passed away. Any more thoughts on getting a dog? I've had thoughts about getting a dog. The boss over here keeps on saying no.
I'm not saying no.
I told you the other day. I said I found a Great Dane puppy.
We don't have time.
See, that's no, right? Am I wrong?
How could you possibly put a dog into the equation right now?
I don't know. We got a 3-legged cat. That can't be that much harder.
All they can see is her leg.
This is her good leg. This is her bad leg.
She's like laying off the couch.
Yeah,
ow, claws.
Get on the couch. There you go. Half on and half off. Pay for a weather forecast is 96% correct.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
Hi. Yeah, I don't know. I was going to talk about weather, but a dog. I don't know that we have time for a dog for a few more weeks. Like, we need to get through Ranch Roundup. Like,
You said we need a one-eyed dog.
No.
3-legged cat, one-eyed dog. We had a one-legged peacock for a while.
Let's keep everybody with 4 legs and 2 eyes.
The amount of appendages they're supposed to have. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm good for a few more weeks. I don't know how we're going to get to next Saturday and get the to-do list, or 2 Saturdays from now and get the to-do list done.
We're going to get it done. No matter what, Ranch Roundup will take place that weekend.
Yeah, it just could be either a
You
great
like
event,
to freak out as we get closer.
because you are the biggest procrastinator.
Did I not spend all day cleaning the barn?
You're doing great.
No,
There's
I'm
still just like
not.
so much stuff.
How can you insult me in one sentence and then be like, you're doing great?
No,
in the next one?
you are doing much better than last year, but there's still so much stuff to do. So much stuff to do.
You're so pretty, but
How do you not feel overwhelmed by the amount of things to do?
I do not feel overwhelmed because I know that on September 5th we're having the Ranch Roundup, no matter what.
Well, I know, but it just stresses me out.
I know that's who you are.
Like, I made a to-do list. Where's that to-do list?
You made like 4 to-do lists. Every time I talk to you, it's like I'm making a to-do list, and we're
whatever. I made one to-do list.
No,
it's on that board.
Then you wrote one out for me that's over by my computer.
Yeah, because
you wrote me out another one. Okay, so that's 2.
How's that going?
I got a lot of stuff done. Should I go get it?
Yeah, there's still more to do. Did you get that newsletter sent? No.
No, I sure didn't. But a newsletter day is Monday.
Yeah, but we need to send a newsletter to the Ranch Roundup attendees.
That's what we're going to do, but I need more information from you, too.
I don't know. I feel like they need to be communicated to. They purchase tickets. They're traveling across the country.
Right, exactly. JB Weld, stress kills. Erin, be happy Mike's not sweating it. Actually, that may be her plan. See, maybe she's mad that I'm not sweating it. I just figure it's going to happen one way or the other, and we're going to be ready for it. That's all that happens. That's all that matters.
That's not a good philosophy.
Yes, it is. That's how I live my life. And look where it got me.
I just hate, like, I don't want to be working Saturday morning trying to frantically still, like, get stuff done. And you have a helper. I don't have a helper.
I told you could have Jeff tomorrow.
I have an off-farm job that needs my attention this week, too. This is the other problem.
Okay.
I will care, though, if the gardens have weeds in them and stuff. Like, they need cleaned up and stuff.
You keep contradicting yourself.
Why?
Did you say I'm okay if the gardens have weeds in them?
No, I never said I was okay if the gardens have weeds in them.
No weeds. Take out all the weeds.
Yeah, no, they need to go.
Okay. Are you okay?
No, it stresses me out. It stresses me out. Like this morning, the whole time I'm weeding, I was like, I have to do this on Monday, and this needs to happen, and like, I'm just the to-do list is just, it's on constant repeat. So I don't know how you are not that same situation.
I know what needs to be done.
And you're like, let's get a puppy.
I'm just moving through things and just getting them done as I go.
I know, but next Saturday is coming. Actually, Friday. Like, we have to be done by Friday.
Right.
We were not done
I also have to
last
make videos during that time, too.
year. Oh, I know.
I don't get to take time off. So, one thing at a time. Just roll, boop, 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 boop. And at the end, you just go, well, that's what I got done. That's what I had time for. You can't, what you don't have time for, you can't get done anyway.
But there's big stuff that is a huge obstacle for me to tackle by myself. And I don't have help, and I have so much stuff to do.
So are you mad that I don't have my stuff done so I can come and help you?
I would be helpful.
See, okay, therein lies the major problem.
No, you have your own set of things. Like, your list is just as bad as mine
I can make videos for a week about weeding gardens.
Oh, it's not that exciting.
I know, but if I had to do that, I could do that.
No, it's fine. You need the barn and stuff needs cleaned
Be
too.
like, this is a weed. This isn't. How about 20 minutes of weed? Not a weed. Weed? Not a weed. We put music to it. Find a song about weeds. I'm sure I can play like a Snoop Dogg song or something about weed, and we can just weed right along.
Not a good weed.
The name of this song is The Wildwood Flower. You probably never heard that song, have you? No. I'll play it for you one of these days. Alrighty, so well, really not new, but a new arrival to the ranch. The armchair rancher tried his hand at ranching, didn't work out for him, and he's back to what he's good at, and that's armchair ranching.
Ranching from his keyboard, he doesn't even have to move. He's the armchair rancher, and he already knows more than you.
Hey gang, it's me, the armchair rancher, coming at you as I ranch behind keyboard and monitor the way it should be. Sorry I've been gone for so long, but I've been grounded for a while, and now I am back, and I am on a mission. I have a whole new mission here. I got a chance to visit the ranch. I didn't like it very much. It was way too much work, but it's much easier to do it here. And I have a whole new mission to bring you the behind the scenes, the stuff that nobody tells you. That's what I'm going to be here for, as well as making sure that those folks on our Wyoming Life know that we know what they should be doing more than they do. I have a brand new tool that I like to use in YouTube, and that is, I call it my shoulda tool. I have a tool where I can go in and I type in keywords and I can search through comments, and I can find those comments that say you should, you need to, and you have to, because those are my people. This week, crazy week on the ranch. You could tell they're getting ready for ranch roundup. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Mike's not doing as many videos as he should be doing every single week because, God knows what else he has to do. But I do know that when I went in and I did a search through my you shoulda and you coulda searches, the first one I found right up my alley. You should have somebody like Greg Judy or one of those other guys that knows all about soil and knows everything about the soil in their area come and take a look at the ranch. I'm going to take it even one step farther. I think Al Roker should come look at the ranch. Al Roker will know how to fix the weather. Another one of my you coulda, you shoulda searches came up with something that happened this week, and that was that Mike got invited to go to some convention and talk there, and it was the RCAF thing, and they talked about consumers and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I have a theory on that. I'm going to let you in on that. But there was one very important comment that I saw that said the armchair rancher should have been at that convention. Can you imagine that? It's so much better than what anything we could have seen. Now, here's the insider scoop for this week. The RCAF convention, they invited Mike to come and speak, right? It wasn't about him. They wanted Erin. That's all they wanted. They wanted her. That's the only reason he got invited. Erin didn't even go. And they got stuck with Mike. And as you know, that's the way it is. But you should have made sure Erin was going to be there. And I know what I'm talking about because I ranch right here behind my keyboard monitor because I'm the armchair rancher.
Wrenching from his keyboard, he doesn't even have to move. He's the armchair rancher, and he already knows more than you.
And there we go. We're back. The armchair rancher back doing what he does best and going through comments and making sure that those comments are heard that need to be heard. Actually, he does pick out some of the nicer of the worst ones, honestly. Most people don't realize this, but YouTube has a spam filter. If you do leave a comment on a video, and it has nothing to do, I don't control it at all, but YouTube does kick videos into this. There's like
trigger words and
yeah,
stuff.
different things. Or if you put like a link in a video, a lot of times YouTube kicks that out because they think you're just advertising another channel or something like that.
Cuss words and stuff will get you.
Yeah.
It doesn't always catch the cuss words.
No, not always, but yeah, it does. There's actually two levels. There's to be reviewed, and then there's like obvious spam, which YouTube's pretty good at kind of kicking some of that stuff out. Yeah. So if you do read comments and you see a comment in there that you're just like, oh wow, this is horrible. There's a lot worse. way worse that YouTube definitely keeps from us.
Dark place to go to.
Yeah, you can go in there. That might be an interesting video at some point. Like we dive into the spam folder because it's some spooky crap in there, like some weird, way out there. If
you got like some crazy conspiracy theory stuff, that'll typically get.
That'll typically trip it. Yeah, it's pretty
and like
crazy.
The "you're dumb, you need to die" stuff.
Usually that gets caught. Sometimes it gets caught. Yeah. Well, it's an interesting place to, if you really want to feel bad about yourself, time to go dig into the spam folder.
Yeah, and we used to not get as much of it. Everyone used to be really nice at the beginning of COVID, and the internet's taken a dark turn.
Yeah, the cowspiracies. Yeah, there's a lot of those too.
But I mean, we get a lot more spam now, and a lot more like hateful spam, and so like, I mean, you used to kind of like check it, right? Because sometimes it'll catch weird stuff that's like, well, that comment's fine.
Yeah, and if you ever see a comment that you think would be fine and like it's not up, that's probably it got kicked into there for some reason. Usually, yeah. I think Wendy actually, I saw Wendy Geiger, she said, why'd you delete my comment? And I was like, I didn't delete your comment, but it might have gotten kicked over there for some weird reason. Sometimes,
or if someone comments something not nice, it'll kick the whole like thread sometimes too.
Well, it do that sometimes with the whole thread, yeah. It's weird. But anyway, one of the interesting ones that did get kicked over, and I thought it was kind of funny, so I put it back in, was after Goliath, and I was drinking a beer in that video at the end of it, and a lady sent me a comment or whatever that said, you know, don't bury your problems at the bottom of a bottle, you know, kind of thing. And I was like, oh, just drinking a beer, you know. But I thought that was kind of funny.
Just one beer.
Just one. Is your microphone on?
I think so.
Okay, somebody said you're quiet.
Thank you, Tim, for the super chat.
Yep, exactly. Trailer tire fun, yeah, no doubt.
Mine's
those
on.
Trailer tires are ridiculously
Is yours
expensive.
on?
Yeah, mine's on. I'll turn it up a little bit.
All tires are ridiculously expensive.
Yeah, I know. As soon as they blew a tire, you were like, "Where's Michelin at?"
I know, right?
Is there a lot of homeless guy in your guys' town? Just asking because your old newspaper dispensers you all used to feed the hungry. Actually, those all came from Rapid City, didn't they?
Yes, but it's for our free little pantry network, and it's not so much designed for homelessness, but that is fine. Every town has homeless people in it, and it's a hidden part of the population that most of us choose to ignore, and there's actually a lot more of it in your community than probably what you would think. And there's a lot of like teenage homelessness too across the country, which is quite sad. But it's really designed for, it's open to anybody. Anybody can use it. There's no qualifying, there's no paperwork, there's no income checking or anything, but it's really designed for, there's a gap. And so when you make enough money that you don't qualify for any food assistant programs anymore, but you still don't make enough money to be food secure. So great, you may get a raise, you're making $10 an hour instead of $7 an hour, and so you lose all of your assistance, and you lose your rent assistance and your power assistance, and you still can't make ends meet on $10 an hour. That's really, in theory, who the program is designed for, but it's open to anybody.
Right,
So.
exactly. I do like the fact that what the goal is to put a dispenser in every park in town.
Yeah,
Is
and
that
all of
the
our
goal?
county, so we have county parks and city parks. We're going to start with, I think, the county parks, and then we're going to move into the city parks and stuff too. And so, yeah, ideally, we'll have one in every park in like 5 years.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of money to keep them full. We need a volunteer base that will stock them. And it just takes a lot of food, and so that takes a lot of money. So, yeah.
And speaking of money, you did a fundraiser for your birthday.
Yeah, thank you, everyone who donated. We raised over $1,000.
That's really cool.
Impromptu fundraiser, so
Yeah.
thank you.
You weren't even going to do it. You were
I
thinking
wasn't.
about not doing it. And,
Well, because I feel bad asking for money all the time.
well, look at it this way. We put out a lot of videos. Every one of them is free on the internet. Anybody can go and watch it.
Yeah, I
So,
mean, no, you don't have to donate. It's not like an expectation that I have for people to donate. So any support is truly appreciated, and yeah, thank you guys.
maybe on my birthday I'll do one.
Sure.
Why not? Who knows?
Yeah.
So a lot of questions. I saw Gary asking questions about chickens, and we had Kittler likes being on TV. We had new chickens arrive on the ranch, but not
Yeah.
our typical type of chickens.
Yeah, so we have now ventured into the meat chicken world, and how would you say it's going so far?
Horrible.
Horrible.
So I'm making a video series, and I think I will do it towards the end, where we're going to take like the meat chickens from A to Z kind of thing, beginning to end, literally. And
It's not
this
good.
this week they arrived a day late.
Yeah, so they shipped on Wednesday, so they can do a 3-day ship. They can, in theory, survive a 3-day ship, so that would be Saturday. Typically, if they ship Wednesday, I get them Friday. They sat in Casper all day Friday.
On a truck, apparently.
We don't know where they
It
sat.
said they loaded at 7:03 and it
No,
sat
it said
there all
it
day.
departed our destination. So
Wherever. Yeah.
in theory, we're assuming that it probably got put on a truck. We have lost probably over half of the chickens. So we ordered 350.
350 chickens.
And we are down probably 200.
Yeah, it's tough. Like every time you, so obviously when you get the chickens, you pull them out of the box. You start. We didn't take it. I'm not going to show any video of this.
It's awful.
But when we,
Kittler.
Bye, Kittler. When you take the chickens out of the box, you dip them in sugar water.
Sugar water or apple cider vinegar water, which we switched to. But yeah, so warm sugar water. And if they come healthy, like
It's not a problem.
they don't really even, if they come healthy and it's warm and they're active, like when we get egg layers, like they don't even really necessarily need the sugar, but the sugar is just like a quick little, like pick me up for
Yeah.
them. So we had 8 boxes of chicks with 350 of them. And like, I could tell when I picked them up that there were several dead ones already, just looking in the little holes that the boxes have in them for airflow. It was just looking in the boxes, like I knew it wasn't good. I think I called you and I was like, I bet half are gone.
Well, what's funny is the day before, I was actually reading an article about a person in Maine who raises meat chickens and gets theirs from the same place we get ours, and almost all of them arrived dead.
Yeah.
And they blamed it on the Postal Service and the whatever the hell's happening with the Postal Service right now. And or could it be a COVID-related issue where they're not able to move things through fast enough? Nobody's going to take the blame, but nobody wants to take the blame for killing 250 chickens.
I had egg layers delivered in June. They shipped on Wednesday from the same hatchery. They came on Friday. This time, our birds sat in Casper all day on Friday.
Which is only 100 miles away.
I should have just went down and got them.
I should have
just went them, got them, and thrown a fit until they unloaded them for me. But I don't have time for that. And so we dipped everybody that was alive, and so dipped them in the water because you have to help them take their first drink. It gets them going. They need help to get their first drink. And the reason they can survive a 3-day ship is they consume the last of the yolk right before they hatch. And so that's what they live on. And they do put food in the boxes, but the main concern in summer is dehydration. And so you were getting ready for your tour with Harvest Hosters. You were helping me. Jeff came over and helped. We turned a space heater on because they were cold. So I think they had gotten dehydrated and now they were cold. And so to dip 350 chicks, that's a lot.
So do you think it was heat stress or was it cold stress?
I think it was heat. Okay. And then when you get dehydrated and you're a 3-day-old chick, they can't regulate their body temperature. Right. And so if you get stressed, they're just not going to be able to regulate their body temperature. And meat chickens are worse at regulating body temperature in the first 7 days than egg layers. So they're more sensitive anyhow. But they were cold, so we were immediately putting them in front of a space heater. We had heat lamps and stuff ready to go and stuff, but you were adjusting them. You took one box over. There was 8 boxes to sort through. So they all have 4 compartments in them. One box.
The boxes have 4 compartments.
One box only had 1 compartment packed, which so they weren't overcrowded. I think they did the best that they could pack. So in the wintertime, I think they would have been packed a little heavier, don't you think?
Yeah, oh yeah. In the wintertime, they put more in.
They put more in to keep them warm. So they packed for heat. I could tell that. They were packed differently than the early spring shipments that I've gotten before. So they packed for heat. So one box of the 8 boxes only had 1 compartment packed. I pulled out 2 live chicks out of that compartment. Yeah. I opened 1 box. There was only 1 box that I opened that the chicks looked good. And they were lively and they were scratching around and they were trying to jump out. When we got egg layers in June, they were literally jumping out of the box as I was trying to dip them. None of these guys were. So once we got everybody dipped and sorted between these ones are dead, these ones are going to the brooder. If they were alive, they went to the brooder. I had 49 dead chicks already. Yeah. And then it just...
It's every time you go over there. It's obviously they're just baby chicks, and we know that they are what they are. But it's disconcerting every time you go over there, and it's oh, now I got 5 more dead, and
But it's not 5 more. I pulled out 49 dead ones.
So our plan was, and this is what perturbs you off. This is what annoys you the most, right? Is the fact that we were banking on having 350. And we'd lose a percentage, obviously, whatever the percent loss is.
So normal broiler loss is 10 to 15%.
Okay.
I figured because this was our first year, we would have even a higher rate. I was hoping for 200 chickens to sell, a few for us, a few for my mom.
Right.
That's what I was hoping.
Now we're down to about 100, I'm guessing.
We maybe have 100 alive. So... They are.
So first of all, what happens? Obviously, we lose that income.
Yeah.
But the supplier, I don't want to bash anybody, but the supplier, they refund us for the chickens that died.
Yeah. So we ship from Cackle Hatchery. That's it's fine. I don't think that this is all Cackle Hatchery's fault. This is not.
William wants to know, why did you order so many birds at one time?
Because that's what you
do.
We're
gonna do. Yeah.
You can order from the feed store, but only in the spring, and they only have egg layers here, and they're coming from the same hatcheries.
Right.
When you call Cackle Hatchery, option 1 is to place an order. Option 2 is place an order for your store.
Yeah. So if you're at
a feed store.
Tractor Supply and they have chickens, they're probably coming from.
They're all coming from
Hatchery.
The same places.
Yeah.
So whether you pay the shipping or you pay a higher price per chick in store, granted they're alive, I get that logic, but you can't buy meat chickens this time of the year. You can't buy a single chick anywhere in town right now.
So they're not going to replace the birds; they'll just refund your money.
So yeah, I mean, so when I ordered these way back in like April.
Right.
It was like after the worst of the panic buying had like settled down, but we were thinking like long term, like what can we do for our community to help stabilize our food supply? And I was like, let's do meat chickens. And like this was the soonest that I could get them because they pre-sell their hatch dates, right? So they know how many eggs that they're going to have in production and available, and they pre-sell them before those eggs are even laid.
Good thing you didn't pre-sell chickens.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
And like, here's your chicken. Sorry.
And that's great. That was a good time.
Enjoy your nugget.
In the past, we were getting around 300 chicks, and our average loss was about 3 to 5%. Yeah, and so like I was thinking 10 to 15% was being very optimistic, like 20% like worst case scenario. I think there's maybe 125 chicks alive.
Yeah, we have to do a count tomorrow morning and then call them.
Anyhow, I called Cackle Hatchery Saturday morning. Their policy is no matter what kind of bird you get, except for peacocks, that they will do a refund.
They don't do refunds on peacocks?
No, you buy those with no refund.
What if you buy those goofy, what do they have, like black geese that cost like $300 a piece?
I don't know about those. I've never bought those. But I mean, so I called. They, asked, do you have them under heat lamps? I said yes. They asked like what we had done for them. I said they've had warm sugar water. They're under heat lamps. I had cooked scrambled eggs. They had chick starter. So you also feed them egg for a little, like if they're stressed, boiled egg or scrambled egg. I had already done some of that. I was cooking a second batch. They said give them the raw apple cider vinegar water. You were on your way to town to get that. Yep. So we changed out all the water with raw apple cider vinegar and water. It has not helped.
So Cackle Hatchery obviously doing what they're supposed to be doing as far as refunding or whatever they're going to do.
They'll refund. They said call Monday with your live count.
Right. The problem was shipping. That's where we lost, and we're not the only ones. Obviously, I mean, there's been a lot of people that have lost chickens because of the postal service issues. I don't know why they can't. Does UPS, FedEx, do they not deal with live animals?
I've only ever had them shipped to USPS.
Maybe they don't deal with live animals, but yeah, we're gonna be short quite a few. So, do you raise the prices on your meat chickens? Or how's that gonna work?
I mean. We'll get refunded for these birds that we didn't have. So they always ship extra, and so that's why they wanted the live count and not the deceased count. And so and it's a 72-hour guarantee. So that's great. So that problem will be taken care of. It's just that like now we don't have as many birds available. And realistically, like I can't get any more until next spring. So.
Yes.
It's frustrating. It's just not. If I had planned for 100, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. And like I just made you go. I was like, you got to go pick up dead chicks.
I picked up a lot of dead chicks.
Yeah, I mean, I did.
I think we're kind of past the dead part now, though.
Yeah,
there's a couple over there that look like they're gonna go. But
and Billy, we've ordered so many birds from Cackle, and I've never had a bad shipment from. I had one time we ordered in February, and egg layers. I got them as like the soonest date that I could get, and we had a blizzard, and so like then it was pretty rough, and I think we lost like 30% then. But like honestly, those birds looked better than the birds that we took out of boxes yesterday.
Yeah, the heat just knocks them out.
Oh, that was awful.
It's horrible. Is there a different option for meat chickens? Can we get them a different time of year?
Oh, yeah, they start shipping in February.
Okay, so maybe we get meat chickens when it's not so hot.
Well, yeah, I mean it's unseasonably hot right now, so.
It is hot. Christy Dunham, can you explain the difference between the layers and the meat birds?
Yeah, so it's just genetics and it's body structure. So meat chickens have been bred to be super breasty and fast growing.
They're the Dolly Parton of the poultry world.
So 8 weeks typically for finish, 8 to 10 weeks for a
full grown
butterball. I don't know, like
that's a
like,
turkey.
Okay, but yeah, they make chickens too. But for like a commercial grower, a heritage breed is like 12 weeks for finish. But and so you can get some dual purpose like Buff Orpingtons or an egg layer, and so they're bred for egg production. So a good egg layer is like 280 eggs a year. Right around that is what they're bred for. That's like the breed specific. if you read the catalog, there's all kinds of stuff in it about how many
Kinds of
eggs
words.
and size and color and all that stuff. So egg layers have been bred to lay eggs 70% of the time, every day, day in and day out, and meat chickens have been bred to grow really fast.
Yep.
So they can have free access to food for the first 14 days, and then we have to start limiting their access to food so they don't blow tendons because they grow too fast.
Right, exactly. And during Ranch Roundup last year, quick question about chickens. During Ranch Roundup last year, were the chickens just running free during Ranch Roundup?
Well, I would assume.
I don't remember that.
They kind of scatter when there's lots of people
Well, they
around.
do kind of go and hide.
They go
but
hide.
I just thought about that. Anyway, pigs. Let's
Yeah,
move on.
and Thunder Ridge,
What?
yeah, exactly. 45 days or so from day-old chicks to 5 pounds. Maybe a little longer. I mean, just depends on what kind of feed you're using. And then, yeah, it takes forever for chickens to lay eggs.
Yeah, we've had chickens that are six months before they're laying.
Yeah, takes
Crazy.
forever. So.
From one end of the ranch to the other, the pigs have been doing great. They have not gotten out.
I know, I asked you that. I was like, how are the pigs? I haven't seen them for a while.
No, they got too big to escape. All their little escape holes, they can't fit out them anymore. So they're fine now.
Christy says she saw a few chickens.
Oh, okay, there you go. Yeah. So there was chickens running around.
How many years do chickens lay eggs? They say once a chicken is 3 years old, they eat more feed than they produce in eggs, but they'll lay up until...
We kind of have a chicken retirement home thing going on over there.
We
We
don't
have
ever.
some old chickens.
We don't call our chickens.
No, but it
None
kind
of
of
them are
works
that
out.
old because we get a fox.
Well, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. If you get a fox, then hopefully they're gonna go after the old chickens that can't run as fast, right? So they're kind of like cannon fodder. Like, here, have an old chicken. Save the new ones.
Yeah.
Anything else to add about
No,
chickens?
It's sad.
It is sad, and it's annoying more than anything. 'Cause
It's,
like,
yeah. It's super
You know what
frustrating.
pisses me? You know what bothers me is the fact that, first of all, if you work for the Postal Service and 8 boxes of chickens are in your truck, they're in there. They're loud. They're peeping.
so
They're doing all
loud.
this stuff. Even if they're not in your truck, if they're in the warehouse or wherever they might be, you're going to hear them. Somebody with a half of a mind or heart, one or the other, would say, hey, maybe we should push these things through a little bit faster because these are living animals. If it was a dog in that box, yelping, crying, barking, whatever else, would they have done the same thing? Would have it sat on a tarmac or wherever it sat for that extra day?
I mean, if somebody could have put them in front of a fan, too, thinking they were doing them a favor because it was hot out.
Well, maybe.
And that would have been just as bad, too.
True. Yeah. They need to watch more videos. They can learn more. If you work for the Postal Service and you deal with
They
chickens...
need to be at approximately 68 degrees with no draft.
Yeah,
okay?
the draft is
the
what
draft
can
is
get
the
'em,
big thing. And so, regardless of where they were at, if there was a draft or it was extremely warm or they were under an air conditioning vent, they cannot deal with those extreme
changes in temperature.
Yeah, so realistically, Cackle Hatchery, you need to call Casper post office and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, exactly. Something goofy happened in Casper, that's for sure. Goofy things happen in Casper all the time, but this was at the post office.
It is what it is. We don't know. It's not like we're going to track down the Casper postal employee that put the.
Who was that? We're gonna
Where'd you
bring
put
you
my
on.
chickens? What did you do with them? It's
Yeah.
frustrating. Yeah, and they could have been put on a reefer trailer. Who knows? I don't know that
Do they have reefer? I don't think they would.
don't
Maybe
think
they do.
But
Yeah.
regardless, it's just sad to, and today I was like, you have to come with me to check them because I just don't. I think we're getting better. Last time we were there was 2.
Yeah, we'll go back over. We'll check them again.
And it's
tonight.
frustrating to do everything that you possibly can. Warm water, sugar water, apple cider vinegar water. I cook their cousins for them. Heat lamps. We added more heat lamps. I added more water. If they were lethargic, I dipped them again. We were waking them up. Meat chickens also are weird. They sleep weird.
Yeah, they do. They just kind of pass out on their face, so they look like they're dead.
One was laying on its back, kind of stretched out, and I was like, "Oh, they're dead." And nope, that one was fine.
Back up and ran away. Yeah.
I don't. I think they already they behave differently than the egg layers.
Yeah, no doubt. It's crazy.
So.
And the bad part was we actually had harvest host that morning.
Oh yeah,
So
they wanted to like hold the chicken.
Yeah, we had a family here from Seattle, I think, and they had a couple kids with them, and they came through, and you know, there's just dead chickens laying all over the place, and they want to hold chickens, and it's just like, oh my God, this is like a horror show. It's like that movie Hostel. You ever seen that movie Hostel?
I know,
where
and
everybody's
I'm
like, I'm gonna go visit the really nice farm and go on a cool tour, and it's like, everything's jumping out and everything's dead.
And I was like, we need more heat lamps, and like.
Oh, you were annoyed that I was doing a tour in the first
and like
place.
Jeff's trying to help me, and like, I mean, we're just like frantically like running around, and I'm trying to save as many chicks as I can, and I'm just like, I mean, like I dipped one, and it took a drink, and it died. Yeah. You know, like it's just.
It's a fun morning.
And then the kid was like, "Oh, it's so sad that they have to die." And you're like, "Do you like chicken nuggets?"
Well, that's part of educating people, right? Like this kid, he wasn't a kid. He was 15 years old maybe, and you know, he's holding a baby chicken. He said, "Oh, it's so sad that you're just living to die." And I said, "Do you like chicken nuggets?" And he looked at me and said, "Yeah, I like chicken nuggets." And I said, "Well, there you go." I mean, that's you know, that's the reality of it, and that's part of what I try to do while you're frantically running around trying to save chickens, and I'm trying to show people, you know, what's happening on the ranch. Like, it's part of it. It's part of it.
Robert, something else post office doesn't understand. Those might have just been meat chickens, relatively cheap, but my wife likes the rare birds. We pay up to $30 to $40 a chick. Yeah, we got peacocks last year for $50 a chick.
Yeah.
And those are right fine. And yeah, meat chickens, I think I paid $1.85, but by time shipping and everything and the quantity, it was over $800 that we spent on this. And that I spent in April, and it'll get refunded, but that's also a loss to Cackle Hatchery too.
It is, yeah. And somebody asked if we feed them to the pigs. I didn't even think about that.
Oh
honestly.
God, no.
I mean, they went right into the incinerator. I mean,
yeah.
Erin, how's your toe? Gene wants to know how your toe's doing.
It's fine.
Gene is very subtly trying to change the subject.
Sorry.
Toes doing good?
Yeah, it's fine.
How are your other toes?
They're okay.
Doing great? Fingers? Good? Knees?
My thumbs hurt.
Your thumbs hurt? Why do your thumbs hurt?
Too much weeding.
Too much Nintendo? Do they still have Nintendo? Actually, I just like dated myself. Nintendo.
That's the one gaming system that you think of.
That's the one I think of. Sega. I remember Sega too. But yeah.
No, it's from grabbing and pulling.
The weeds.
Yeah. Like I've got carpal tunnel and thumb arthritis.
And Nintendo injury.
Peacocks are good for decorative purposes.
They do. They're kind of like watchdogs. They yell and scream sometimes and chase
They don't
things.
free range yet. Ours
No,
just
ours
still
is
live
still
in the
locked
chicken
in.
run.
Bangalator was wondering if the jackalope had anything to say. We can actually check on that today. Jackalope, anything?
It's dusty. Oh, his hair.
So dusty. There's something in his horns.
Oh, it's a baby jackal.
What is in his horns?
I asked you this the other day.
What is this?
It's a baby jackal. Kenzie got this.
Oh yeah, this
at
was
a
from
gas station or something.
Yeah, that's right. The baby jackalope. Baby jackalope. Here, put it back over there.
Vivian asked if we got the box we sent. What'd you
Over
send?
there.
Look, we've had a lot of boxes lately because people have been sending stuff for silent auction.
So I'd have to look
can't
at
remember.
names.
What'd you send, Vivian? And I can tell you.
You got a blanket.
Yes, we did get a beautiful
Was
quilt.
that your blanket? The quilt? Was it a quilt?
Yes.
Vivian sent a quilt.
Was that you?
We also got like a 50-pound box from Cattle Max with like tons of flyers
so many
and stuff.
flyers.
What else? What else did we get? Oh, you got candles.
Yeah, is Kevin McHale here?
I don't know if Kevin McHale's here. He's pretty
I
quiet
sent
most
you
of
an
the time.
email. Half your candles are broken.
Don't laugh at the poor guy.
It's not his fault. It's Walmart's fault. I've had a bad day. I've had a bad week with shipping.
Apparently.
Stuff's
Yeah.
broken.
Crochet hats. No, I haven't seen those yet, but they may still be at the post office because I have not been to the post
I
office
checked
for a few
Saturday
days.
morning, but they hadn't sorted the truck.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they could be there.
Sorry.
Hopefully they don't, die in our post office box. Did you get the boxes from Stories in Stones?
Was that the fossils?
Was that the fossil? It might have been the fossils. If those showed up, yes, we did get the fossils. I think. Help us out, Russell. I don't have all this stuff in front of me. We need to have like a list, because now I
I
feel
have
bad.
a pile. I have a pile of stuff that's being sent for
Yes,
Ranch
there we
Roundup.
go. Fossils.
Okay,
Yes, we got
yes,
those.
I have
Those
them.
are for Ranch
They're
Roundup.
in the pile over. Sorry, I don't mean to point at you.
Trying to
They're
pick
in
my
the.
nose.
That's along with the quilt and.
Right.
Oh yeah, so UPS to the store address. No, those haven't shown up yet. Were they supposed to show up?
Send them UPS to store address.
Kevin, did you get my email?
Is Kevin here?
Yeah.
Oh, see, he's such a lurker. And I am going to put up the windsock this week. I think that's kind of on my list.
Yeah.
Is that allowed to be on my list?
Yeah, no, that should
Okay.
be.
Is that one of my things on my list that I can have on my list? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll put it up.
No, you're in good shape. I'm not in good shape.
I will.
I
Anybody
have two
who
gardens
is
that are completely overrun with weeds.
Trinity. Trinity is coming for Ranch Roundup. Any chance you can be here like 3 days early
Don't
and
bother
weed?
her. She's got her own life.
Just kidding. We'll get Matt out there weeding. How's
I
that?
can't weed.
Matt could weed. We'll just have to roll him in between rows. He just lay down and we just push him
She would
along.
be delivered past Friday. No.
Interesting.
Don't have it.
We'll have to look. Haven't seen it.
I opened 1 million boxes on Friday. Seriously, we got so much stuff on Friday. Thank you. Oh, yeah, so Kevin, I sent you an email. Half of the, I can resend it if you didn't get it.
Just read him his email.
Half
Dear
of the,
Kevin.
So 6 of the candles I've received that you sent for silent auction. 3 of them were broken. 3 of them are intact. I sent a picture. I don't know what Walmart wants to do about this situation, but just let me know. I'd prefer to not ship them back because they're somewhat dangerous.
They are. There's like glass everywhere. I walked into the kitchen and I was like, what the hell happened out here? I didn't realize that Kevin sent you these boxes of candles, and I thought they were like underneath the sink or something and like exploded. I didn't know what happened.
No.
But there was just like glass everywhere and candles, and I was just like, she's going to cut me with one of these pieces of glass.
Well, they're like
eventually.
dangerous. Yeah, like.
Anyway, whew. Okay, moving right along. I'm having 347 truckloads of hay shipped to you in order to feed that jackalope for the upcoming winter.
That's a lot of
That's
hay.
a lot of hay. 347
Thanks.
truckloads would be a lot of hay.
You
Unless
sent-
they're really small trucks.
If you sent 1 truckload, that would even be cool.
Yeah, they could be really small trucks.
Yeah.
They could be like, F-150 loads of hay. Just in the, like 1 bale in the back. Actually, that would probably be about right. Maybe. Close. What kind of chickens did you end up getting for your meat chickens? Do you know what they were called?
Cornish?
Cornish chickens?
Something? Meat chickens?
Meat chickens.
And then for egg ones, we have a lot of buff Orpingtons, Leghorns, Black Australops.
I never know.
I
People,
like the Wyandottes.
I sound horrible, but when I do the tour every day, and lots of people ask me what kind of chickens they are, and I'm like, well, there's a white one. No, the white ones are Leghorns.
Yeah, and the tan
then-
ones are buff Orpingtons.
Right, and then the Americana, the Easter egg layers.
Yeah, we used to have some Easter eggers.
Is that what they're called, Easter eggers? I sound like I can't say that. That makes me sound like an idiot.
No.
Like Easter
Yeah.
egger, right?
The all black ones are Black Australops.
Sure. They're black.
Yeah, they're Black Australops.
Okay. I don't know why you're bothering
White
telling
and
me
black
this, because
ones
I'm not going to
are
remember any of this.
Wyandottes.
Either way, they're all layers.
Well, no,
That's what I
that one compartment is meat chickens.
What?
We have that one area of meat chickens. Remember
No,
the
no.
meat
I mean, when I open up the chicken door, and all these chickens come out, they're
Yeah,
laying
I think they're
hens.
Cornish rock. Yeah, I don't. Whatever the standard meat chicken from Cackle is.
Yeah. there
They're
you
not
go.
heritage breed.
You could name them, but can you spell it? There's a good point, Trinity. Orpington.
Yeah, I can spell Orpington.
Okay, fine.
It's not that hard. There was something I couldn't spell nuisance the other day. I had to
Oh yeah,
ask
you had to ask me how to spell nuisance. Yeah.
I was like, I had the vowels wrong. I was like, N-O. No, that doesn't. N-U.
All right.
Just had the vowels wrong.
All right, so far today, if you're going to go back and watch, if you showed up late, like some folks do, you can go back and you can rewatch the entire live stream. The Armchair Rancher was here. We had the kids here in the beginning talking about their first day at school. Also, our 3-legged cat, brand new 3-legged cat. We just couldn't afford to pay a 4-legged cat anymore, so we're down to a 3. Eventually, we're just going to have 2-legged cats, and then at some point we'll figure that out. But our 3-legged cat was here as well. So if you did come in late, you can go back and rewatch the it from the very beginning. I can't read and talk at the same time tonight. So usually I'm pretty good at that.
Yeah.
I cannot do that tonight. I'm having a heck of a time. So first day of school tomorrow. Are you feeling any better about it?
The kids have all their supply. Well, Grace is missing a couple folders that didn't come yet.
No.
But yeah, no, I think they're ready. They're gonna have school lunch tomorrow. Finally got the lunch menu.
Very cool. What's for lunch tomorrow?
Breaded chicken sandwich and fruit.
And fruit. Very good.
Lunch in the classroom.
We have lots of chicken nuggets if anybody would like chicken nuggets. Thanks, guys, for hanging out with us this evening as we continue to explore the ranch life and escape the ordinary right here on Beyond the Ranch, as well as our Wyoming Life. Be sure to subscribe to both. We'll be back tomorrow morning with a brand new video where we're taking a look at the barn, cleaning that out, getting ready for Ranch Roundup, finding what kind of treasures we have in there.
You did a good job. That one section looks amazing.
Wow, thank you.
I
It's like
give you
throwing a dog a
compliments.
bone at the end. Like, you know, you just kick them all day long, and then you're like, you know what, here, have a bone. Thank you, guys. Do you have any videos coming up this week that you would like to do? I can do that weeding video.
I'd just like to survive.
I can do weeding with Willie.
I just want to survive the next 12 days. I have to make carrot cake. I need to weed the garden. I have to go to Spearfish for EPP
Why do you have to go to Spearfish for EPP?
because we're getting stuff, produce.
Oh. Do you have to do that before Ranch Roundup?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like poor choices to me. Alrighty, guys, have a good night. Thanks to our
Yeah.
moderators,
I
William.
made a poor choice.
A long time ago. Matt Fensel, William Dunn, Bill the Tractor Man, Lori Habel, and of course Zach Hewitt here with us. Thanks to you guys. Thanks to everybody for coming and hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time right here